Hi students, this is Dr. Chandramouli Sitaraman. This video you are going to learn about the types of company. This topic is coming under the unit number 3, joint stock company. Unit number 3 is looking very short, but this is the second topic in the unit number 3, types of company. What are the various types of company? From the point of view of incorporation means registration of the any company. Whatever the company we have, we supposed to register. From the point of view of incorporation, there are three types of companies are there. This flowchart is clearly given here. The types of company is divided into three types: chartered company, statutory company, and registered company. Chartered company, statutory company, and registered company. What is chartered company? It is a historical company. It's an old company. Most of the early companies were set up through a royal charter. Just 50 years before or 70, 100 years before, only the very big shot, what we call them as a royalty person, those who are having more money, who we call them as a king, or a very big businessman, a very big rich person, they only run a business. And all the people living in the country working as a employee for the business. That is the first company, which now it is not available. This is a existing company. This is one of the oldest and traditional types of company. We call them as a chartered company. Historically, most of the early companies were set up through a royal charter. For example, the East India Company, Chartered Bank of Australia, Chartered Bank of India, and Chartered Bank of China. These are all the examples I gave here. Now these companies are not available, but when you want to know about the types of company, the major company which was started from these type of companies only, the company is chartered company. In the olden days, the very big company in India, what we call them as an East India Company, who came forward to India and they planned to start a very good business, and their aim want to give a employability for the people living in the country. So, who is the owner of the East India Company is a very big rich person having more money in the hand. That's why we call them as a royal charter. The person who we call them as a royal charter, in the name itself, the company was created chartered company. In India, this form of organization does not exist. Not only in India, even if you take any country, there may be a company available which was started 100 years or 50 years or 100 years before. These types of companies we call them as in chartered. Now it is not available not only in India, even in any part of country. You never see these types of company. Now it was evolution was happened. Nowadays, those people having a minimum amount in the hand can be an entrepreneur or can be a businessman. Because there is no monarchy. Monarchy means the person who is ruling a particular country as a single person, king. We call them as a monarchy. That's why in a history we learn about in the schooling time, in a history, monarchy, kingdom. Who we call them as a monarchy? The person who is having more money, lot of lands, landlords, having a own palace, and that person will be considered as a leader for the whole country. What we call them as a king of the whole country. That is called monarchy. We are not selecting the person. They themselves keep the crown on the head and became a king. All the people living in and around the country has to work for that particular company. That's company we call them as a chartered company. Even in England, this method is rarely used now. Only one country I am telling. 99% of the countries you never see these types of companies because it's an old tradition company. But in England, these types of company is rarely used now. Companies of this kind may be called chartered companies. I hope you understand what you mean the chartered company. The next one, statutory company. What is statutory? The special law is passed to establish the company. Starting a new company is not a simple task. It is lot of things we have to follow. There is a lot of procedures are there. Lot of things we have to follow, and different formalities we have to follow, and then you can start. There is a rules is there as per the Companies Act. When the company be a statutory, the company should have a special law which is passed to establish the company. This is done only in a special necessities to translate the working of the company for some specific purposes. Larsen & Toubro is a very big company. All over the world it is available. You know very well. They have different sectors. They are having a civil construction company. They have road and transport construction company. They have walls manufacturing company. They have computer systems, that is IT technology, and software companies. They have how when was the company started? It was started long back. How it was started? After the chartered company was closed down, later on the second type of company was started, that is called statutory. If any company with the special law, the separate law has been passed, and they should be established in the form of as per the company's rules and regulations, as per the act they have to follow, then they can register the company. That type of companies we call them as a statutory company. I give the examples also for that companies. What are all the Industrial Finance Corporation is one type of company, and one more company I gave from our country example. Life insurance company is one of the traditional company long back, more than 100 years before it was started. Now it is going on well. How it was happened? It is only because of statutory as per the government law. It was created as a separate bill, and that bill has been passed to the government. There is a court, and the court will check each and every formalities and thing. After the judgment has given, you can have we will release, and you can start a registered company as a statutory. That type of company we call them as a statutory. All the countries, these types of statutory companies are available. The third company, what we call them as a registered company. What is the difference between statutory and registered? This is a third evolution. First evolution charter, second one statutory, third one is registered. As per the Companies Act 1956, lays down procedures by which a company can be brought into existence. Now, in the current scenario, in the year 2020, I am talking, if you want to start a new company, there is no that much of formalities are there, but if any people want to start a manufacturing company, it is not possible to start within a fortnight. There is a lot of procedures they have to follow, and they have to make an agreement. That agreement should be between the government and the company people, and who are all the people acting as a partner for the company. All the people has to conduct a meeting. After the meeting, they have to pass a bill, and that bill has been passed through the government. After that, they will start, and they will register the company name and logo and everything. Then that company be a registered company. The example for the registered company, if you see any logos, for example, if you take a logo of any big MNC company, you can see that above the brand of the particular company, you can mention it was mentioned R with a rounded. That R is nothing but registered. These companies are registered very well. Anybody who wants to incorporate a company can do so by taking necessary steps outlined therein. Where the steps has been outlined, it was clearly mentioned in the Companies Act 1956. There is lot of classes are there. As per the class, they have to read out that, and they have to fill the different applications, and after they fill the applications, they are supposed to produce various documentation after that, and that should be registered under the government, and the government will give the separate register number for that. After that only they can start a new company like a registered company. By far, the largest number of companies are there which was incorporated under the Different Companies Act. These companies we call them as a registered company. If in a question paper, if the question is asking you what is called registered company, you can write the answer. The largest companies which is incorporated. Incorporated is another word for the registered. Corporated and incorporated, which is enter into the market. Before they enter into the market, they have to follow the procedures as per the regulations given by the Companies Act 1956. Once they completed that formalities, they can register the company name. After that, the company will give the registration number. We can use the registration number and then we can start the company and we can establish the company to the next level. This is called registered company. Another types, previously we saw about the incorporation from the point of view of incorporation. Now we are going to talk about from the point of view of liability. What is the meaning of from the point of view of liability? It's a responsibility. Liability is nothing but responsibility. There's three types of companies under the liability. One is unlimited company, the second one is guarantee company, the third one is limited company. Unlimited company, limitation is very less. Limited company has only limited. Unlimited means there is no limitation, is more. There is no that much of limitations, as they wish they can do. But limited company only limitation. In what way the limitation? Partners should be limited, employees should be limited, and the infrastructure should be limited, and everything should be limited. Then only that is called limited company. Unlimited company in the sense it is nothing but a MNC, multinational corporation. Guarantee company is another type of company. What are the things? Now we are going to see about the unlimited company. Do not have any limit on the extent of liability of its members. What is unlimited? Do not have any limit on the extent of liability. Liability means authority of the members. Who we call them as members? The people, those who are related to the particular companies. Whom we call them as partners, employees, whatever it may be. These are all the people should have the extension of the responsibility is called liability. The second one, liability of each member. Liability of each member extends to whole amount of the company's debts and liabilities. What do you mean by debts? Borrowing the amount from the banks and other things. Liability of each member extends to whole amount of the company. What is the whole amount? We call them as a capital investment of the company. It may be a debts and it may be a responsibility or liabilities. However, the members cannot be used upon the directly by the company creditors. The members should not be considered as direct person. There may be as an indirect people for the company creditors. Clear? This is called unlimited company. What is a company coming under the guarantee? The two types are there. Company limited by guarantee, not having share capital. What is share capital? Share capital in the sense the amount which was invested for the establishment of the company. Once the company is started, after getting the profit of the company, that should be shared equally by the partners. That is called sharing. What is the first type of guarantee company? The company limited by guarantee, not having share capital, number one. The second one, company limited by guarantee, having share capital. First one is not having share capital. The second one is having share capital. Company limited by guarantee not having share capital means what? Memorandum limits the members' liability. Memorandum means what? It is a agreement. The agreement between the members. In the debenture, all the members of the particular company has to write and read the instructions given in the memorandum, and they have to undersign. That is called memorandum. Memorandum limits the members' liability. Liability means responsibility or authority. It is limited to the amount as may have been undertaken by MOA, Memorandum of Association, to contribute in the case of winding up. Second one, and repeat, it is limited to the amount as may have been undertaken by. How? Before they start the company, all the partners of the particular company, they have to sign in the agreement. What's the agreement? Based upon the company employer, they will create different classes in the agreement. Undertaken by MOA, Memorandum of Association, to contribute in the case of winding up. In the case of if the company want to winding up, they supposed to contribute towards as per the MOA. Got it? The second next one, company limited by guarantee having share capital. Previous one we discussed about the not having the share capital. This one we are discussed about the having share capital. Memorandum limits the members' liability. How? Previous one memorandum not giving the limits for the members' liability. Here there should be some limitation, some restriction for the members' responsibility and authority. Second one, moreover, liability would also extend to the unpaid value of the shares held by the member. Previous one, was restricted as per the share capital. Here it was not restricted. As much they can extend their unpaid value. The next one, limited company. What is limited company? The liability of the members of the company is limited to the amount remaining unpaid on the shares. Remaining which was not unpaid on the shares. The share amount which is not able to unpaid, that type of people, that type of members has to do the liability which has been limited. The second one, hence the holders. Who is the holders? The person who is holding the shares. Hence the holders of the fully paid up shares cannot be called upon for the further contribution. Once a customer, once a shareholders, who we call them as members or a partners, they cannot be called upon their further contribution. It is not once they join and get the share and they can return the share or getting the share amount and they can leave. Again, it is not possible to enter into the company. There is a restrictions here for the limited. The liability of the members holding the partially paid up shares exist even if the company is in the process of winding up. Suddenly, if any company is not getting a good profit, if they want to wind up, what they will do? Liability of the members. The person who is invested the amount as a member, they can holding the partly paid up shares. What all the amount they had paid, they can get that shares exist even though the company in the process of winding up or ending up. The another type of companies from the viewpoint of nationality. Nationality in the sense, if I have a company in my country in India, that is Indian based company. If I have the same company at the different branches in the various countries, that is called multinational company, cross bordering. Two types of companies is there, national company and multinational company. We always use this word MNC. MNC means multinational company. What is national company? In this case, the control and the management of the affairs of the company are to be carried out within the geographical boundaries of the country. If I am started a new manufacturing company in my country, those people living in, working in my company, those people are who acting as a partner of a company have restricted within these boundaries. It is not possible to crossing the Indian boundary to some other country. That is called national company. I repeat that. National company means the control and the management of the affairs of the company are to be carried out within the geographical boundaries of the country. Within the geographical boundaries of the country. What is multinational company MNC? The branch is not an independent entity and is linked up to the parent company existing some other country. I can give the example to you. Nokia is a very big mobile company. There registered, the main head office of the company is in Korea. But all the countries, you may have manufacturing sector of the Nokia mobiles. How? Parent company, who we call them as an registered company, that is a main company. It may be in some other country, but the branches of different manufacturing sectors are available in the different places or different countries. That is called multinational company. Nokia, Larsen and Toubro, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, KFC. You can talk about the different manufacturing sectors. From the viewpoint of public interest, public means the people living in the society. Three types is there: private, public and government. What is private? Private company, as per the section 3, the private company is a company which by its articles means as per the rules, regulations given in the particular, what we call them as a memorandum. restricts the rights of the members. What is the restricts the rights of the members? It can transfer the shares. Who will transfer the shares? Members should have some rights to transfer. It is not possible to transfer then and there what they wish. There should be some restriction. And membership is also restricted. How much? Only 50. Limits the membership to 50, excluding the past and present employees of the company. Excluding in the sense, apart from that, 50 membership should be there. Company, who are the members of the company. Prohibits the invitation to public for subscription of shares or debentures of the company. Private company is not possible to share their subscription of shares to private people, public people. So that if they private people, there should be some restriction. Only within a 4 wall they are supposed to run. What is public company? It is opposite to this. As per the section 3 states that public company is a company which buy its articles. Clear? Which buy its articles. Does not restrict the rights of the members to transfer the shares. Who are all the people working as a member of the company, public limited company? They can have a freedom to transfer the shares to any public. There is no limitation of the membership also. Clear? There is no limit for the membership to 50, excluding the past and present. It may be extended 50, 100, 150, 200, more than that. And they can invite, public company can invite the public people, society people to subscription to buy a shares or a debentures of the company in a share market. Clear? Up to this, these are all the important information I have gone through that. I hope you enjoy this video. We will meet you in another video with a good topic from your subject. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can mail me or text the message. I will rectify your doubts. Thank you one and all. Have a nice day. Bye.